Tell me when you're ready. Good morning, guys, and good great morning to all who tuned into the realest thing coming out of Guyana. It's the realest thing coming out of this country. Possibly the world, undisputably so. Now here I tell you, you got many real things, but the realest thing in its true sense and form is me. You got real Kunumunu, you got real president, you got real vice president, you got real opposition, Kunumunu. Whoa! Here the man, me can't make up these things. The center of controversy in Guyana today relates to a handshake. I kid you not. I ain't make up these things. You will listen to somebody who is considered to be a journalist ask a question as it relates to a handshake. Right? We will look at that now. I can't make up these things. I would like to make some things up, but I don't need. When you live in a country like this, where the thought process of people in high office seem to be in the negative. Now you might not know, but just for the purpose of logic, retarded would mean in the reverse. So if somebody were to tell you you're retarded, they were suggesting that your knowledge is in minus. If you look at gain if you look at audio, if you look at everything else, there's a zero. The center point is 0. And then there's maybe 1 to 10. And then there's minus 1 to 10. So when recently opposition MP Valda Lawrence would have been referring to the opposition leader, she might even be referring to him as a 7. She said a 7, but she might have been referring to him in the negative. Right? So we will listen to this. Now, big leader of the opposition, Aubrey C. Bang! Dot. Full stop. Norton says. Now imagine you want for no freak show. You gotta check them out. Because they dig the that in the sea. I don't know the C is for Kunumunu. Kuntokente. Kuntokente was a good guy, so don't let me put you in this shit. Right? I don't know what the C for. As the Chinese man said, emotional damage. I can't make up these things. It cannot be business as usual while our people are being persecuted by the PPP. Now, I kid you not. The PPP yesterday was in Barbies persecuting people. I kid you not. I was there. I witnessed it myself. There is truth in what Aubrey Norton is saying. The PPP, let me show you all, I can show you all just now. The PPP is indeed persecuting people. Right? And you could see it. You go to their pages. Right? So the PPP was where, let me see. Watch it. So the PPP, Barrett Jagdio, was in Barbados yesterday, persecuting people with jobs. But I tell everything is a problem. If the opposition leader could find a problem with a handshake, these people were traumatized. The PPP ain't easy. It could be traumatic dealing with the PPP. They're there in Barbados, running down people, asking them what's the problem, how they can help them. Persecution to its fullest. The PPP ain't easy. They're persecuting Guyanese across all the regions. This is Myconi. Look, persecution. Look at how these ladies traumatized. When they hear they're getting $40,000 a month for 10 days of work. Oh, they were so traumatized. The whole country in uproar. The PPP ain't easy. Jagdia ain't easy. These people watching and hearing thinking, oh, it's so traumatic. Why are you doing this $40,000? I'm frightened to get robbed when I get the money. Oh, $4,000 a day. Oh, I'm traumatized. I tell you, these people might have had to go to the hospital after this traumatic event. But them y'all feel the trauma. The PPP ain't easy. They get catching the act. The PPP get catching the act. Opposition leader, Kunumunu, catch them. Yeah, I tell you, the PPP has been caught in the act. I agree with the opposition leader. Trauma to the people. The PPP going all about the place. Watch it. Trauma to the multitudes. Hundreds of people coming to be traumatized. Yes, sir. Everybody sit down there thinking, oh, $40,000 a month. Oh, it's going to take so much out of me to count this money. Oh. Yeah, trauma by the PPP ain't easy. This was the traumatic event carried out yesterday by the PPP at the Myconi Technical Institute. This was the event. These are the people who carry out these vicious attacks on people. Look at their faces, know them. The one in the end name Kwame Mackay. The next one, Zulfikar. Zulfikar Mustafa. One in my face. They come to stress people out with some $40,000 a month for 10-day work. Look at the face, know them. When you see them follow the page and see what they're doing out there, traumatizing people with $40,000. Go in and tell rice farmers they're giving them free fertilizer. You got to be very careful with the PPP. You got to look at them. Believe what the opposition leader says. It could be a very traumatic event encountering the PPP. People watch you just to give you $40,000. You never experienced that your whole life. None of me never experienced that. What do I want? Blood? What do I want? Do I sell my soul? What you want? What you want for the $40,000? Only 10-day work? $4,000 a day? Even more than me get a supermarket and me work in Chinese? Oh, my mama. What I want. What them people want, sir. I want to make them like me, sir. But somebody stand up in the back, them enough, he cry. He traumatized till he cry. Where you wipe your eye for? I kid you not. Listen to me. Me can't make up them thing this. I am telling you to listen to a statement, a press conference. They are people, reporters, journalists, who are supposed to have all their mental faculties in place. Because I is the madman one. I is the madman one. Me's the outcast. Me the journalist. Journalists, real journalists. Like qualified, UG qualified journalists. Like talk to something here as a journalist. Who asks the opposition, you go hear it, you ask the opposition leader question. The opposition leader was traumatized by a handshake. Oh, the PPP is so dangerous. I am now fearful for my life to sit and talk with these people. As a result of what I learned from the opposition leader. This man knows something that we don't know. I am listening, opposition leader. I'm looking forward to a better understanding of what really, in God's name, you telling me about. You understand? This here, sir, is the trauma doctor. 5 times a doctor. Doctor, jab you. That is it. He doesn't look like a doctor. The trauma doctor and his emissaries went to Maikoni to traumatize citizens, while the president is traumatizing the opposition leader with a handshake. I kid you, I can't make up these things. If you are suffering, or you or any one of your family members has recently been in an accident, been in an encounter with the opposition leader, please get on to Trauma Doctor. You might be due for a cash refund from the government of Guyana. Talk to the Trauma Doctor. Yes, if you go to the Trauma Doctor, he said, oh, I think I had an encounter with the opposition leader. It's been very traumatizing just listening to this guy. I feel retarded. You understand? The Trauma Doctor, they look like 3 doctors there, but I said, and 3 nurse. What is one doing? What is one? This one is it. This one is it. What's your face? We look like? You look like a patient. Yeah. So, here, I can't make up this thing. If I make, here, you see what I show y'all? I show y'all photos of people. I show y'all photos of people. This is the hoop. Where again, the people were traumatized by smiles from these individuals. These individuals, look at the face. Look at the face. I could only imagine the traumatic event when people heard that they were getting $300 million in fertilizer in Region 5. Let us see the trauma. Let us look at the faces of the people. You see the different kind of faces you see there? People from all walks of life. Watch how this man traumatized. He was clapping out the blood of Jesus to come and save him from this traumatic event. Yes, sir. He just, woo! Jesus, come and save us from $300 million of fertilizer. Yes, sir. Look at this bad face. Trauma got he bad. Trauma got he bad till he has to clap out the trauma. He decided before the traumatizing, the president traumatizing the handshake, it's better he clap it to and shake his own hand. Yes, sir. He ain't doing that. What's going on here? These people dispensing trauma. Bullyism to the fullest. I tell you, I support the opposition leader. He has found something unique. Look at these bullies. Bullyism. Yesterday, at the MMA compound. Bullyism to the fullest. They bully this man. He talked back on the mic. Now this one, I give a presentation or tried to give a presentation. He working with the government. They bully this one. That man make joke. That man's bully you and tell me how you feel. But this one, he look traumatized. What the other back there when he got cigarette in the hand, I know where he got here. He laugh here steady. This one, hey, now let me tell you she story. She come and talk for the poor class of the people, one set of people getting thing. And the rich people alone get in. But she didn't tell nobody she collect $4.5 million check in the last flood situation. She said, we still waiting. As a representative of other people, she did not say, Auntie did not say that she collected $4.5 million. Her argument was, and I'll go to her video just so we can deal with she. Everybody this morning getting dealt with. Her contention was she had to pay $4,000 for come there. How the road bad. And she closed off her commentary by saying, you can't trust people. Auntie, I can tell you, we can't trust you. Yes, Auntie collect she's son, $4.5 million. Yes, Auntie. And she don't realize. Since these people could be so traumatic on me, like come and dramatize and see the traumatize me more. Who in dramatizing getting traumatizing? And bullyism to the fullest in this country. Watch it, Titi. That boy there, his name is Steve. He's bullying this other guy by telling him, you have to give me your phone number and your address for me to call you back from the office of the president to look after your problem. How's that guy bending? I don't know if he injured his back in the process. I don't know what is going on there. Trauma to the fullest. This young lady there, she's one of them too. Taking that man's name just like that. Just like that, you taking people's name and phone number? Did you ask politely? What is going on there? Trauma to the fullest. This one that taking down people's name and number there. Trying to stress people out. Bullyism. What this big body? He looked traumatized. This one, this boy is Stephen Easy. He bullying a whole set of people. Bullyism. Got them stand up around he taking the number and the name for look after the problem. What kind of bullyism is this? These people ain't easy. I could only imagine how this man felt bullied. That he didn't have the opportunity to speak to the mic. You could see in his expression. My God. These people ain't easy. But this one here. What he face? The bully, what this one? The Portuguese never bully too. The PPP not easy. Them not easy. This one get bullied too. This auntie, she actually liked the bully she liked coming. Just like that. She said we ain't got light in the community. 54, 64 homes in the community, we ain't got light. The vice president now attack. I said, put your name down there. Let Steve bully you. And once it's a regularized community, we give you light. When the light come in, people are going to be like, oh God, oh light. I am a vampire light. They give me light. The harassing the PVP, the shine the light bright in my face, the harassment, trauma, bullyism, and these people never done. These people never done. This lady, she come attack for community. 64 people in the community she want like. Right away. Let me show you. This one here, he jump in. And tell the lady. I go give a light. We get once you got a regular rescue, we go give a light. I can only imagine when the light come, how the people will be traumatized, seeing light for the first time. And it's bright. You gotta get them low wattage first. You understand? Trauma! These people ain't easy. Yeah, I gotta watch it. Go check this little page. What this banner here? How we look traumatized? He explaining to Dr. Trauma something. And Dr. Trauma listening and you must calculate, oh my God, this is so stressful. Having a listening ear. After 5 years, you got people like government, please give government people listen to you. The man must be so surprised and traumatized that you actually got government people that's listening. You don't understand. You don't understand what I'm to the opposition leader. They don't meet nobody. They care for nobody. So when somebody reach out to them and shake their hand, they go, oh my God, what is this? What is this man trying to do? Now, let me start with the press conference they held. And then we'll go to the what this man held the press conference over. Right? I can't make up these things. Listen to me, I can't make up these things. I kid you not. So why you listen to this? Right? Is who going on here? It's take a little time for starter. Whoa. Because you could hear the trauma. It's like a horror movie coming on. Ting, 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 ting. We gotta start back for the start. You could hear the trauma in the audio. Suspense. The opposition leader come. The little leprechaun. You know? It's like them suspense movie. The little green leprechaun has arrived. The attack of the leprechaun. Woo! I can't make up this here. I am just talking about video. We seen the same video. Me to make this video. I just did. I don't put the sidelines. I still recovering from the trauma of yesterday when I see all them people. When I hear $300 million in fertilizer. When I see jobs are shared out for $40,000 for 10 days of work. When I see small cash grant given out calculating, how I can get all this money in my pocket? Why don't turn a government minister that thief? Because I don't know what these people going around traumatizing these people for. They're stressing out people with money. You understand? If I was the president, I'd keep them in my pocket. The lucky is now me running the government. Because I would have had enough field day with that money and them Spanish girls. Suspense.
The first question outside of the statement has to...
The first question comes from, by the way, Mr. Adam Harris. And this is what is considered to be a journalist in Guyana. All the importance is played in taking your education, years of practice, to become old and act the fool. Welcome to Guyana.
With a brief encounter between the opposition leader and the president at the...
Let me start. Suspense. Suspense.
The first question outside of the statement has to do with a brief encounter between the opposition leader and the president at the occasion in honor of the Queen's dining jubilee. I noticed there was a handshake, sir. How cordial was your meeting?
He noticed there was a handshake. You imagine. There's no news like old news. But there's amazing news when you have old, antiquated news reporters to come to bullshit you. That's a whole different kind of news. Right? Here.
Let me explain what happened.
This is the opposition leader of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, by the way, explaining what happened in a handshake. Can't explain anything else. No understanding of economics, no understanding of the needs of the people, but he has a detailed understanding of how a handshake can be bullyism and can attract the wrong attention. And he doesn't want the people to misunderstand what this handshake was about. Right? So we'll listen to the whole thing and then we will dissect as I normally do.
In a corner speaking with someone, and out of the blues the president turned up with a set of cameras.
Man, I can't go through this whole thing and wait for explain. Let me explain. Out of the blues. Y'all just listen to the blues. It's been a long time. No. Let me tune up about it. I'm dying out. I've come down so long the road. It's been a lonely road. Man, let me play the, I'm get tired of something, man. Let me start play the blues, man. I ain't got nothing to do but play the blues. The president came out of the blues with a set of cameraman. I kid you not. I can't make these things up. And the story's so sweet, my mouth springing water. I know the 4K giving y'all all the flashes. If somebody did that in front of me, they wipe it like this. You understand? I kid you not. You gotta listen to this. And out of the blues.
The president at the occasion in honor of the Queen's dining.
Now these are two adult Guyanese. Let me refer. I'm trying to put things into context. So these are two black Guyanese males. And if you would want to picture in the wild an alpha male, it should be something like this. You see it? But this might be not knowingly two butterflies waiting to come out of the cocoon. This might be two caterpillars to turn into butterflies.
Jubilee. I noticed there was a handshake, sir. How cordial was your meeting?
Let me explain what happened. I was in a corner speaking with someone.
He's always in a corner. It's very unfortunate that Aubrey Norton, every time he goes to an event, he's in the corner. The last time, Barrett Jagdeo saw him in a corner by himself and decided to talk to him and tried to liven him up. He's always in a corner.
And out of the blues, the president turned up with a set of cameras.
Out of the blues, he came. Yeah, Jesus came to save me. Out of the blues, he came. Out of the blues. Now, I cannot stand by while the PPP continue to bully this little man. So I will give my commentary on the president and what I think he should do in the future. I don't know if he's going to listen to me. You understand? But look at the posture. The president had to look down. Let me go through. So what happened here? And Aubrey Norton was, now the president is the president for the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, and the president was attending the Queen's birthday celebration that was being held in Guyana. The ambassadors were there and everybody was there. It is normal, unless you're inept, it is normal that you shake hands. We had sidelined handshaking during the pandemic because we were worried as to how COVID was transferred. But we are somewhat going back to normalcy. Unfortunately, that I can't say the same for the opposition leader. Or yes, he has been normal. That is normal for him all of his life. Unfortunately. So, what happened? He got a glass in the hand. People don't know what's this story. What is this whole story? The man taking a drink. The man taking a drink. You see, the problem is, it's highly likely in a working environment, the opposition leader, Aubrey Norton, would have to refrain from having too many drinks. This is a custom he's had all of his life. To take a little tops. Right? Let me explain. Let me get that up on the screen and let me explain to you so you can see everything that I'm saying. You sleeping there? So, Aubrey Norton would normally frequent Orange Walk and sit down there and take a little tips. He drinks by the quarters. So what you are seeing here, because of the environment that he's been placed in, that he has to walk and talk to different people, and you're not necessarily can walk around with a quarter bottle, a little quart and throw your tips. It becomes a case whereas a lot of days he's going through withdrawal. And this is no joke, this is a serious thing. Alcoholism is a serious thing in our country and has to be addressed. If you look at the DUIs, last night a man driving out of Princess and driving to the back of one of the staff car. When I go to Providence police station, I realized he's pissing drunk. He was 180. 35 is the limit. He was 180. Whoever, let's check it in, right? So Aubrey Norton would be times. Aubrey Norton could be classified as an alcoholic. Anybody drinks whole day, every day, out of day, and so Aubrey Norton used to live in Orange Walk. So he could be classified. I was once an alcoholic. Anybody, anything bothered them, and so they're looking for take a little drink. Afternoon, when you're done, like it's a paint, the man has got to get a little drink. No, you're an alcoholic. You understand? You can't do without it. Next thing you come in a civil environment, you get something for drink, you hold on to your glass. President Ali did not understand the dynamics of what he was dealing with. He looking at the man, respectfully suggesting that he's the opposition leader. Not realizing this is a raving alcoholic that's going through withdrawal symptoms. You understand? So when you try to go and get a man glass out the hand, you understand? The man there, sir, boxing away. Right? The man got glass, the right hand you got to shake with. President can't shake a left hand. You understand? What kind of girly thing is though? You hold me with your whole hand, or have a whole hand and whack and shake hand? So let's continue watching at this thing. What you going, Annie?
I wasn't even looking in his direction. And he turned to me and apparently he had his hand outstretched. And he turned to me and asked.
Apparently he had his hand outstretched. So you're a little man in a corner. It's not me saying, it's he saying. We can listen to this video over and over. You're a little man in a corner. You didn't notice a bigger man than you got the hand outstretched, apparently. Apparently you might be blind in your left eye. I ain't understand what's going on. Apparently.
If I don't want to shake his hand, and I said no. He then proceeded to what I consider to be bully's way.
The president then proceeded to bully opposition leader Aubrey Norton to shake his hand. One Guyana president bullied him into shaking his hand. Now I feel very sorry for the PNC supporters. God help the opposition. I feel sorry for the PNC supporters. Because from the Burnham days coming through, PNC people have been a strong people. Black people in general from the beginning of time have been a strong people. And this is what they produce. A little man who's bullied into handshake. They got problems. You could imagine, your leader can't get shit done for you if he can't even stand up to handshake. He feel bullied by a handshake. I kid you not. Tell me. You imagine your father goes out to represent. You understand? And comes back and says, oh my, I was bullied. You imagine a child home for hearing that the father was bullied by a handshake from a president? This man, by all that is logical, doesn't really matter. The president is in power. This man continues to blunder. Why the president would reach out to show that he's a bigger man, I don't know. You understand? I would have just left me in a corner for drinking rum. Because you tell me, if you send he for get something done for you, and he willing to talk to the man that he got talked to, he even willing to shake the man's hand, how you getting things done? Watch it.
And we end up shaking hands. But I want to make... He then proceeded to what I consider to be bullies.
No, you see the glass up top there? He didn't rest on the glass. You see the glass? Normally places has got a nice little glass. Nice glass. He makes sure he get a long glass. That he could take enough shots. Yes, sir? What he's hiding and trying to deflect from is that his attitude, everything about his mannerism and his actions show that he is in withdrawal symptoms. He has withdrawal symptoms when now all day you got to act normal. You don't know who is going to call you. You don't know who's going to visit. You can't be drunk. You understand? That is the reality of what you're dealing with. And it sounds like a joke, but nobody pays attention to it. Nobody pays attention to the fact that this man, why else? You know, Aubrey Norton was a lecturer at the University of Guyana. Did you know that Aubrey Norton was a lecturer at the University of Guyana? He might still be, I don't know if he still lectures there. Do you ever look at the failures of men and ask yourself where it come from? Most men fail because of an addiction. Either with women, alcohol, or drugs. Most successful men that are in the stream. What you're seeing there is withdrawal symptoms. The thing is, because the office is so high, so much expectation is there, nobody takes it seriously. But this is a serious thing. Aubrey Norton has to go to AA meetings. Alcoholic Anonymous. The Catholic Church has an AA center. Listen to this, man.
And we end up shaking hands. But I want to make it clear that, first of all, I cannot treat this as business as usual. You have a situation in Guyana where the president continues to dismiss workers from all across the public sector. Recently, 2 GPL workers complained that they were arbitrarily dismissed. A lot of whom were being dismissed.
GPL we talking about? For real? GPL? We can actually represent keeping staffing. They got people in GPL can represent themselves at this point in time. I know they're working to get somewhere, but GPL? Find another ministry. Find some other thing to talk about. GPL? Aubrey Norton, opposition leader Aubrey Norton. 2 of them alone to get rid of from down there.
Essentially Afro-Guyanese and Indo-Guyanese and Amerindians who they perceive to be the APNU AFC. We're seeing signs in Guyana, if not full-blown, that they are operating in a dictatorial way. There is clear evidence that there is...
You hear the thing in the background? Suspense. So they got somebody who coming up with ideas. Dun, 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 dun. Aubrey Norton himself can't bring seriousness to a scene. They gotta get background music. This come from the APNU page, by the way. Now me make that up. It's not them memes we're sharing around. You understand? So they gotta bring, you listen to the background music? Yes, you gotta bring sensation to the thing. Because bullshit can't fly by itself. You gotta get paid for carrying it, right?
Discrimination and the exclusion of Guyanese who are entitled to benefit, like in the flood relief, etc. While this is occurring, there are high levels of corruption. Though the way is cleared for the appointment of the Procurement Commission, it is not being appointed. We saw the illegal appointment of a commissioner of police.
You know this banner? You know the man? The man Clifton Hickens. Oh, he's the, you know he? He's there in Harlem, ghetto, meeting everybody and talking to everybody. You could call he anytime. 12 o'clock at night, 1 o'clock in the morning, and say. But the problem is, PNC shit don't fly if crime is curbed. Just so you know. Just so you know. The opposition singing about crime is just a song. It's not the hope for a solution. You didn't know. Well, now you know. Now you, if you didn't know, you're Guyanese and you didn't know. Now you know. If somebody come and addresses crime in this country, which is one of the main problems that people have, fear, then the opposition will cease to exist. Because they know they have the experience. In the past, the opposition facilitated heinous crimes against Guyanese citizens to drive the fear of God in them and to suggest that the PPP is incapable of running the country. Those were some of the methods that were used that led up to their win in 2015. So they're not going to take too lightly to the Commissioner of Police. There's a book I have to read about former commissioners of police, their actions, inactions, and former commissioner of police who turned government ministers on the APNU. So that would give some context as to why they have a problem with a commissioner of police who would be on the ground, who would be proactive and reactive at the same time with the intent of curbing crime in this country. Because a country without crime and a country without fear is not a country that the PNC will ever have an opportunity to run.
Total violation of the law. We are seeing the misuse of state resources for narrow partisan political ends. We are seeing, as all this is done, the PPP is prepared to go out there and lie, be dishonest about things.
So the PPP now the PPP went to, let me pull up some things and give you some histories. Yeah, some history. In Day area. So this is a place called Little Africa and some other communities. That young lady spoke, she was on my live, you're going to look at the live videos. And she said the mayor of Skeldon was giving his own people things. She said that on my live in front of the vice president, in front of the minister of communities. I think it's local government now. It's local government or communities. Watch. Me there right at the back there. There's me there. While everybody's having an opportunity to talk and raise their concerns. This is the head of Little Africa to go in. Right? Now, bear in mind, the opposition leader continues to say things and don't bring nothing to the forefront. He say things, you know why he's following them like happen live. A man called one of the representatives for Region 5 a thief yesterday, a man in Jafar Ali, right, so I'm call you a thief. When you find out the story, Vice President Jagyo asked him, what did he steal? He say he steal, he may know he thief nothing, but every time I go, he tell me if I go here, he tell me if I go there, he tell me if I go all about the place. So he's a thief. You understand? You could level accusations against people, yes, openly, publicly, on my life, in front of everybody. It happens. It happened yesterday. You go back and look at all the lives. Right? This is on the ground in the night by Little Africa. On the ground, we had to get light for shine in the night. The late girl who is she concerned and said the mayor don't do nothing. Had a listening ear, she hear, everybody hear, and it's there for me live. I show the mayor face. It's there for me live. There's the realities, right? No, you gotta listen to these boys to understand where they're coming from. They're coming from a point of games. Listen here. Now here, laugh. I want you to look at him. He really and truly don't know the people that's concerned. He got a list of things. Now, if you tell me there's a man, we can discuss that now. There's a man that I think was murdered. He was hit down at Enmore. Me nigga read nothing for no. Me got him in my head. Me got him in my head. They got a girl get knocked down over the river. What happened yesterday was 63 bus run off the road with some Spanish people coming from Skeldon. This man is the opposition leader for leader Eddies. And he ain't got it in the back of his head what the people's issues are. Watch what he doing.
Of state resources.
Watch what he doing.
For narrow partisan political ends.
You gotta watch down again. He don't know what's the hardships of this country. Just the hardships of this country you can't keep in the back of your head. Y'all try with an alcoholic. Listen to
We
you.
are seeing, as all this is done, the PPP is prepared to go out there and lie, be dishonest about things.
The PPP is dishonest. Like, go reading again. Look at the man. The man can't have it as the back of your head. What affecting me? You gotta read it. You know what affecting you, man? Road, street, this, that, what affect? Nothing in affecting these guys. I have some problems. I am hungry. You don't feel your belly hungry? My head is hurting. You didn't know your head hurting? Hi, morning. All right, talk to me. No, nothing about it. When? When is it gonna happen? When is it going on? Roger that. Just here now. Just let Rebecca know, and she can set it with me meeting, and I'll be there. Cool. Roger. Nice. So Kishun is furnishing a whole home for somebody. Obviously, somebody who's very much in need of it. No. You want somebody telling you? You man. My head is hurting me. You in know that? I am hungry. You feel your own belly hungry? It's not to say that he's looking for specifics. Well, surely, in this area has a problem. The two GPL workers, well, I can't remember the name out of my head. So 2 GPL workers were dismissed. And I looked down now and said, John Paul and Jane Doe. So I got up. I ain't gonna remember the number, I ain't gonna remember. But the basic thing, you can't remember that? Y'all watch it. Y'all watch it.
We've seen the removal of projects that will benefit APNU AFC constituency. For instance, the athletics track in Linden. Really?
Hold up right there. Right away, I called the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport to get a better understanding of what exactly Aubrey Norton was talking about at that time. And this is the result of that. Hold up right there. Now, imagine if you read it from your head and you make a mistake, you could say you make a mistake from your head. He make a beefsteak from a piece of paper.
Critic here for you, and this
right?
I'm in the community of Enmore.
I want you to look at this.
Charles Ramsey Jr., the minister of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport, and no introduction needed for against the National Trust, which falls Critic must tell Mr. Ramsey, because the new opposition, the opposition. Yeah, first of all, it's very important that we present their relation to the project in Linden.
Hear them, man, hear them.
First of all, someone had sent me the clip where the leader of the opposition had a press conference,
So
he said that the ministry and the government and the progressive party
y'all go.
stop the project.
It's windy here, but y'all go and listen to the video where Minister Ramson addressed that. Yes, sir? The equipment for the tracker here is here. And after the last administration failed to complete the project, this government is carrying through with it and even adding on things to the track and field area. There's a reality. So let me go back to fun and games with Aubrey Norton. Opposition thing.
Londoners are showing that they are in the forefront.
So the answer to this is in the video here with Minister Ramson. Go and listen to it. Go and listen to all its content. Minister Ramson will tell you what is going on with this project, where it is at, and what's going on there. Right?
Of athletic achievement, but you stop it. We had on the cards the road from Namura to Linden. The government wasn't prepared to go ahead with it. My understanding, it is pressure from the diplomatic community that caused them to go.
His understanding. Mr. Norton, you're lacking of that. That is why you are where you are.
Ahead with it. We saw them remove from the budget the construction of the bridge across the Demerara River from Wismar to Mackenzie. I am not going to allow the president to use a handshake for propaganda purposes. If I am shaking the president's hands, it is assumed that there is some amount of cordiality and that the people of Guyana are being served in a non-partisan way.
If you guys want to be represented by an angry little man, ask yourself, what do you want for your children? What do you want for your family? What do you want for yourself? Ask yourself, no matter who you are, whether you're PNC, you're PPP, and the PNC got to really worry. A PNC supporter has to really worry when this is the kind of leadership that you have. But ask yourself, what kind of anger you want to be walking around with your life? Do you want to fail because of a leader who have personal issues, who's a little man running around with a lot of hate in his heart? Do you want to follow that man? Ask yourself. I'm not telling you who to follow. I am telling you what are some of the recipes for success. And following this gentleman is not one of them.
And so for me, it wasn't a question of just a handshake. It was an attempt by the People's Progressive Party's president to get a handshake and to show it all around the globe as if everything is fine in Guyana between the...
Mr. Aubrey Norton, we are not in wartime. And a handshake, a formal handshake, a gesture, something that is a gentleman-like attitude between statesmen, doesn't send a message that you're alright with everything, because you still be singing every day, every chance you get, like a little bitch. We know that. Just for an understanding, there's a discipline. The ambassador, the US ambassador, the ambassador to American ambassador to Guyana, Sarah Ann Lynch, shook your hands after knowing that you and your kind tried to rig the elections. Your crew. You were invited to the Queen's Jubilee after the ambassador would have gone back and made the Queen aware of deliberate attempts in Guyana by you and your crew to rig elections. They still shake your hands. They didn't brush your side. The American ambassador came to your office, went to Congress Place, where likely the SOPs are being hid. They went to Congress Place and meet you and sat with you in a room with photos of relics like Barnum and Granger. They look past all of that. That is what you do when you want development.
Government and the opposition and between the political parties. I signal clearly that it cannot be business as usual. You cannot do the things you are doing to the people of Guyana and expect me to operate as if all is...
They're showing the handshake, they're showing the glass there, the liquor. Let's look at... I want you to see the essence of the thing. So firstly, look at this man's face. Look at his face. So he's going across this country, not representing, but misrepresenting you. First thing is, the opposition leader will not be able, and has not been able, and obviously in the future, cannot bridge the gap between the black and the Indian. So he's the wrong man for the job. No Indian is going to vote for Aubrey Norton. That's the first thing. Aubrey Norton shows himself, presents himself as an angry little pro-black leader. Obviously that can't work for this country. You understand? Because you got to reach out to Indian people, you got to reach out to black people. You got to reach out to Amerindian people, you got to reach out to Portuguese people. You have to have Guyanese at heart. Aubrey Norton, look at that man's face, obviously shows that he doesn't have the capacity to reach across the divide, of which exists. What you're looking at here is a president that is reaching across the divide. He had to take his glass out of his hand. He had to take his glass out of his hand. Now what I'm saying, you have issues. How do your issues get solved? Not the 2-year attack. You cussing by yourself can solve the issue. You see why the president don't need to have no discussion and negotiation with this man? The president has to go on with the business of the people of this country. Hello?
Yeah, brother. This is the man who is called them around. About the poll? Yes. Up to now, I ain't seen nobody identify here now. I know this is like, please believe it or not.
I have already sent it off to the relevant authorities.
Yes, brother. Thank you so much, man. You understand the position, not them.
Yeah.
But I know that you're going to fall in the next hour or so.
Safe.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you have their problems. The opposition leader is suggesting their issues. Now, if you listen to the issues, they're non-issues. So he makes up these issues. The Linden track, go and watch the video. Now, me say, go and listen to what Charles Ramsden, the Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport, has to say. People being gotten rid of, GPL get rid of 2 people. GPL need to get rid of enough more people. Only 2? Yeah, make a joke. Yeah, don't let me talk story. Continue to make up things that are not there to incite his people. While what those people are doing. But this man, this is an little man. Watch it here. That man there, y'all expect to lead y'all? You imagine he had the power and the arrogance? You imagine he the, you know if he get power, so God help this country. He had the power. And he didn't know how to act. If he get power, God help. Don't worry the PVP people. PVP people gonna get enough money by then. The PNC people, they're gonna eat mud. Now I have some other issues I want to look at. One is a man who was basically murdered. I'm sorry that I didn't play a bigger role in this. So a few weeks ago, there was an accident at Enmore. This gentleman was hit down. His family reached out to me. They held candlelight vigils. Yesterday was sometime in 2 weeks after he disappeared. After being hit down by a car on the Enmore public road. He was hit down by a car. The driver of the car came out, put him in the car and suggested he was taking him to the hospital. He was never found at any hospital. He was never said to be dropped off at any hospital. No proof of that exists. But yesterday, his body was found in a trench on the line top, collagen. That was after the Special Crimes Investigation Unit from the CID rearrested this individual. Let me get the picture. I got this from Big Smith Newswatch. So this individual was arrested. And he confessed. Whatever he said, he took investigators to the body of the man he hit down. Now, what kind of person? Now, I'm clearly stating this wasn't an accident. And when the man was picked up on the road, he might have been alive. And if you did not do anything, I'm looking to see what the charges are. The least the charges could be is manslaughter. I'm looking to see how the Guyana Police Force and the DPP treats this matter. Because accident, death by dangerous driving that you just get charged for, causing death by dangerous driving. When you hit down somebody and kill him, that's what you get charged for. Causing death by dangerous driving. Providing the prosecution is able to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that you did it and it was as a result of dangerous driving. The sentence for something like that is 3.5 years. But that doesn't apply in this case. Because intent, how are we to know that he didn't have something out for this man? Yeah, explain to me. Who hits down somebody, puts them in the car, and then dumps their body? And then go home and sleep nice. Now, he was also with a female in the car. That female also has to be charged as an accomplice to murder. He has to say who was in that car. Because she didn't leave and go to the station and say what happened. People have to know. Big man like they don't know the difference between wrong and right. Was the man dead when you picked him up? Who could verify her? You know, one doctor, you have to go to the hospital for them tell you. And a autopsy will show if they shot the man in the trench, because sometimes the man still breathing and then the man breathing what he died by drowning. If the man died by drowning, it's murder. And how are we to know he died from a hard fall in the trench? How we for know that he get more lash and blows in the head when they put in the car, they choke he and kill he? How are we to know that? Just not forgot to deal with the issue. How are we to know that? Was he driving or the lady driving? There's a murder charge. You better tell the police all the way you know the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So I will leave this matter with you guys. Tonight I plan to go to Enmore and reenact the whole scene. Where the man get knocked down, where they're going to dump the man's body. I'm going to there to assess and we read night time. So you get a very good understanding of what exactly transpired. I want to thank you for your time. And I want to tell you, don't worry with the PNC and the PPP. If you want to be successful in life, you have to decide what you are going to do. What you have to do is look at all of them and pick sense for nonsense. At this time, you would have to take a little more into your hands. You would have to take a little more control of your life, because in good times you have an opposition who can speak for you. Unfortunately, we the Guyanese people are left to the mercy of Tiberius, since we have no good representation on the part of the opposition. And governments who are left unwatched, unchecked, become complacent, incompetent, corrupt, and otherwise. So at this time, yes, the government is doing extremely well, going all about doing all kind of thing, but there's a lot of shortcomings. And we, the people, have to look at that. What you have to do is look at what the government is doing, what they're saying, because everything now is on record. When you say you're going to do them live, you look at the live, you share it, because people are going to see things and know things that you ain't know. You look at it, see what they're saying, see if what they're saying making sense. Don't just take the word for it. You can't listen to them, find out how much money you spend, why you're spending so much money. Use your common sense. If you want to be somebody, you want to go somewhere, and we want to create a better future for our children, you need to wise up. Thank you and have a great day.